Anyways, that song I'm sure you know is the theme song for my particular podcast, the Who Cares podcast, available on every platform in America, on any kind of podcastery platform. It is. We have it on Stitcher. We have it on. Stitcher. We have it on iTunes. We have it on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and then you can also check it out on what'stheplay.net. Who Cares podcast, and what we're doing right now is we're going live with this particular Who Cares podcast episode number 22. It's the one after the Halloween episode, and I want you guys to check that out as well. But I want to say thank you so much for joining us and for being here live. We're here live on Instagram, and we're also here live on YouTube for the very first time. Our live shots are being fucking shot so well right now, and we could have and the man behind the mic, we don't even know who it is. It could be somebody that's trying to run away from Team Rocket. Available on twitch.tv/what'stheplaygames. So what we have right now is a very serious situation. Do we have a serious situation right now? Right now.
You can say it's a serious situation if you'd like.
Okay. Do we need to handle it? You want to go handle it?
We'll be alright.
Okay, we'll be alright.
We'll be just fine.
Okay, so we haven't gone live yet for the Who Cares podcast. I haven't started recording, but we want to give you a little behind the scenes. We've been doing the Who Cares podcast now for at least, now it's a 22nd episode, but we've been doing it for about a year. And for the first couple months, we're like, wow, we're getting a lot of traction. We're getting a lot of people loving us. And then all of a sudden, I got something landed me in the hospital. It's called pancreatitis. I might have drank a little too much, just in one day. But it doesn't matter. I had to go out of there for a month. So we lost a lot of listeners because if you don't do things consistently in this life, come to find out, people don't want to be consistent with you. So we've come back, and now we're around 10,000 10,000 listeners. And I'm so thankful for all of it. And it's not just because of the Who Cares podcast. It's because of another, whole nother venture that we're actually, the reason of the Who Cares podcast is because of What's the Play. And we'll get into that later on. But before I say anything, go to forum.what'stheplaynet. If you have any social things in your life that you need some help with, maybe like you're like, look at this guy. He's on, I'm watching him, like, he's absolutely gorgeous. Or I hate his guts. But I still want to watch him for some weird reason. You can go sound off on the forum at what'stheplaynet, forum.what'stheplaynet. And so, in saying that, my name is Steven Moraga with a PH, and we're going to go live in about maybe 30 seconds as we just bring this up here. And I want everybody to be introduced to the man behind, I don't want to say behind the man, because he's the man equal to the man, Mr. Shane Smith.
Hello, I'm Shane Smith, and I'm going to be the man on the street, the guy who goes out and meets people and talks to people and finds out what people are really thinking and exposes people for what they really are.
Wow, you're going to expose them?
As much as I possibly can, of course.
Well, fantastic. We're going to do it live on the Who Cares podcast. Now, we're going to be doing this for a little bit, and probably about 10-15 minutes in. If you want to continue to listen to the everything that we have to talk about, you'd have to tune in on Stitcher, on iTunes, on iHeartRadio, on SoundCloud. Man, where else are we at?
Everywhere except for one place.
What's that? Oh, Spotify. We're on Spotify. We are on Spotify. Check us out on Spotify. Jesus Christ. What's the one place?
I believe it's for...
for lesbians.
We are not lesbians, unfortunately. Even though we have the same taste as they are. We think we have a lot in common. But
save that for the podcast. We're going to talk about that because we did apply for this. Because we do have a female co-host sometimes. She's not here. And that's the only reason why I submitted it. And it's a shame that the lesbians don't.
We love them.
So we're going to go... we're going to go live right now. And if our producer wants to count us in, that'd be fantastic. All right, so we're here live. You hear that music? Do you hear that music? I'm gonna have to cut that music because I don't want to double it because we hit that in edit. But I want to say one thing real quick. Welcome to the Who Cares podcast. It's me, Stephen Moraga, Stephen with a PH. Yes, and I'm playing it right now. That's right. Who the hell cares? It's me, Stephen Moraga. Who the F cares? That's right. Who cares? And our intro music. I don't know if I've really ever talked about our intro music. It was a fantastic singer. She was a friend of the family's, and her name was Leilu. And it's not was, her name is Leilu. And her name was Leilu before we get into this handsome gentleman right here. But her name was Leilu, and you can get her song, which you hear live on every one of our podcasts on episode 22. You can hear Who Cares podcast. And I just want to say a couple things on that. It's a fantastic song. The reason why we play it is because I was a manager for a short time, and she decided to do other things, and it's a shame because she is definitely one of the most talented individuals and one of the most caring and wonderful and beautiful people that I've ever met. And hopefully one day she gets back to her musical roots, and whether I'm involved or not doesn't matter. The world's missing out on her. But so check out her song, Taxi Cab. It's under Leilu on Spotify. So without further ado, my name is Stephen Moraga with a PH. Welcome again to Who Cares Podcast, Who Cares episode 22. And you were here with us before, and we're here in the new setting here. It's beautiful, and even more beautiful is this gentleman right next to me. Here he is, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, Mr. Shane Smith.
Hello, I am Shane Smith, and I'm just joined the Who Cares team, the What's the Play team as well.
Yes.
And I'm very excited to be a part of it and see what I can do.
Well, you're going to be doing a lot of things. You are now going to be the face of a lot of things because I've got things to do. And you're much more, I don't know, you're much better on the eyes, I think. So look at this man, such a finely tailored individual.
Very handsome young man.
so we don't, being humble is no issue here, but he is humble. He actually is a humble man. He just knows what he's got. And well, I just want to kind of get into, let's get into a little bit, we've known each other for a while.
Yes, we have.
We've known each other for a minute being like 8 years probably or so. And you, in fact, were part of our universe, What's the Play universe, at a very early age. And in fact, I stole something from you.
You did.
I did.
You did. What happened was I was very busy with my own personal life. I had my own work going on, and I was very busy. I had to work all the time. I didn't have any time to do anything else.
You're a very busy man.
You guys were at the very beginning of what you guys were starting to do, and I just couldn't find the time to do it, and I didn't want to, not be able to
Provide.
Not be able to be there for things like I should be. With the startup business, you need to be there as much as you possibly can, and I couldn't divide my time up properly, so I wrote an email as politely as I possibly could.
Was very polite.
And I was actually riding a bicycle at the time while I wrote it. So the fact that it turned out so well, I'm very impressed. But
You're very impressed with yourself.
I was. I get impressed with myself. I do that a lot. Which you will find. You'll be impressed by me too. Sometimes. But I signed it with style and grace.
Mm.
And then I get an email from this man a few years later, and it said,
Whoops.
With style and grace.
Well,
so
what can I say? I take a little bit from the masters, and I make it my own.
it's pretty good.
Thank you. Well, it is, and vice versa. Well, enough patting each other on the back on this. But I want to tell everybody out here, this gentleman that we have here today is Mr. Shane Smith. He comes with a resume that's unparalleled to anybody else's in the host or hosting question and answer department, because we've seen him in real life question and answer people, and they really don't know what to make of you.
My answers can be very surprising, even to me. A lot of times I tell things to people that I don't remember doing.
But they all love you, and or they hate you. So I think that's a common theme here at the Who Cares podcast team and What's the Play. But they always will remember you, right? In fact, this past weekend we were at BlizzCon.
That's true.
And we passed out our merch, and we were doing some chicanery, some tomfoolery.
Yep. And they loved it.
They did, and but more than anything, this Hands and Face will be coming to your all of your platforms, whether it be on Snapchat, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on wherever we're at right now, Instagram, on the gram. So look out for this, man, because coming up this next week, we're gonna start showing some content that I think you'll enjoy. And we're all saying this in jest because really, we thank every one of you for subscribing to us. We thank every one of you for listening to us, because without you guys, we ain't shit. And we want to kind of go over a couple people that did follow us this past week on the gram. We have a Cynthia Garcia's. Is it Garcia's? Okay. And especially one man that I want to give love to, an Anibal Batista. I don't know where is he from? The Uganda or the?
I believe it's a woman.
No, it's him and his buddies.
Really?
Yeah, it's him. He actually follows me personally. He found me. Who knew? But it's him and his boys, and they say words that we don't know. They'll be just sitting posted up like this, and they'll be like, "Krr," or like words that we really don't know, you know. But that doesn't matter. That man has followed us. He liked a lot of things of ours, and man, what a fantastic individual. You know, I mean, I don't know. Much love to him, Anibal Batista. And then we also want to give love to Lisa Fabian. She liked something that you did this week. What, if you want to tell the listeners what you did this week?
What didn't I do this week? But yeah. I mean,
What'd you do? Well, she liked one of the videos that you did.
videos, like these people pretty much like everything we do for the most part.
Yeah,
That's
but
why-
you shoved something. What?
Oh yeah, I got my girlfriend decided that my nose hairs were disgusting, and so she put a wax on my nose and then pulled them out.
Ow! And you know what? I can't believe how much nose hair was up there. And you know, you didn't look like a shaggy guy coming out. You know, maybe unless that beard's attached. But
It's all in one piece.
but no, for real. Like, wow, who knew? And I guess we all have that in there.
Apparently, it's really good for you to have nose hairs though, because it's like your mask, so it kind of protects you from getting sick. So if I get sick or if I sound sick, I love you, babe, but I might need some medicine.
Yeah, because there's been a dust storm lately.
I've stayed inside.
Okay.
I have no protection.
You're all right. You have no protection. So we
None.
want to thank Miss Lisa Fabian. We also want to thank everyone at Wildwood Nursery. Let me say that again. We want to thank everyone at Wildwood Nursery out in Pomona, Claremont area. You can actually see them. I believe they're on town. You can Google it. I know you can. But a gentleman there will help you with every kind of plant issue or plant need. I believe he what does he specialize in? Manzanitas, we know that.
He specializes in native California plants because they take less water. They naturally grow here. So these are plants that are going to survive with very little work, and they're going to look beautiful because they belong here.
Wow, that just summed up us.
But yeah.
So thank you very much to Wildwood Nursery, and we want to say thank you very much. And again, thank you to everybody that support us, everybody that listens. I mean, and so in saying that, I'm going to do this right here live. This is the YouTube Live special, and there's a reason why you're following us on YouTube Live. I have right now for everybody here, the first person that gets in touch with us. I don't know if we're looking at you on Instagram, but man, no, let's give love to YouTube. YouTube, if you can somehow get a hold of our YouTube channel, the first person that wants this spectacular, what is this?
It's an amphibious car that goes on land, water, grass, snow, sand, all these things, whatever you want.
Right. So we'll give this to the first person that comes on because you're joining us on YouTube, and we want to say thank you. And then you have to subscribe, though. Make sure you subscribe, because if you don't, I can't give this to you. I'm sorry. I have to give it to the second person. So the first person that says, "I want this, I want this, I want this," just make sure that you subscribe, and you say, "I want this." So we actually got this miraculously the other day. So anyways, we want to get back to, I'm sorry to the audio listeners, you're going to get this probably this isn't live, so, but just know that if you subscribe to us on the YouTube channel, you will get little gifts like this here and there, and because we really, truly thank you for listening and supporting us on all platforms. So I guess we just want to let's get to the nuts and bolts of things. Since you are going to be asking people across the planet, going all over the globe, and asking girls, guys, binaries, non-binaries. We just found out what that was.
Yes, we
Interesting.
Yes.
But since we're gonna,
We didn't find out the hard way though.
no, we did not.
We used the internet, which is a little bit better.
Well, because I saw a lot of people protesting. I didn't know what I thought binary had something to do with computers because that's
It
what
does.
we deal with.
Yeah. I was like, why do people have problems with computers?
Well, I don't know. But we're gonna, since you're gonna be asking the world questions, we figured that this particular podcast would be the perfect opportunity to ask myself and maybe we might see a special guest here and there, but ask myself the questions that really are pertaining to all the people that have written into us, either through by email or by what do you call it, on our Twitter page or through our
We did
Facebook.
get one letter actually.
Get the fuck out.
Through the mail. We got one letter through the
Get the
mail.
fuck out.
We did, and I sorted through all the
How
emails
the
and
hell?
everything, and
They found our parent company?
the one letter I was like, well, we got one letter, we have to read it.
They must have found, yeah, our parent company is Think LLC, so just in case you want to write another letter. But we're based in Newport, and wow, I can't believe somebody actually found. Well, congratulations to them. Let's give a round of applause for those people. Yeah. So Mr. Shane Smith, since you are going to be now the face of many of our content platforms, let's hear what you have to say from all of our listeners. What did you sift through them?
I read through them, you know, as best I could. You know, there's a lot of them. So I went through them as much as I could. I try to respond to them as much as we can, but these ones I actually didn't respond to because I figured they would rather just hear it from us.
Wow. So I hope they're listening.
I hope you're listening. I'm sure they are. I mean, they wrote us. Why would they not listen to it? You know? I mean, that's why they listen,
That's very true.
right? To hear what they say.
Right.
So these are the emails and letters and everything. This is all condensed down. We got Brett from Los Angeles, and this is what he has to say. Because I know about the Who Cares podcast. I love it, but I hear you guys mention What's the Play. I'm curious what it is. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Wow, that's interesting that you said. Yeah, thank you, Brett, for asking us that question. Who Cares podcast is just one of the forms of content we want to provide under the What's the Play banner. And What's the Play basically is this. I don't know, Brett, if you've ever needed advice when you're going out on a date, or when you broke up with a girl, or maybe you're trying to get that job interview, or maybe you're trying to, you just need that older brother, you need that buddy, the wingman to help you out in a certain situation. And so based on that, we've created, in progress right now, we have a mobile application in progress, but to tide you over, we have something very similar to that particular application, and that is the What's the Play forum. And what we're trying to do is create, in this whole world of, like, unfortunately, in this past week, we've seen gun violence, and we've seen a lot of, rhetoric from political people. And if they just had, and this is only geared to 17 to 34-year-olds, so I'm sorry, everybody else. If you're 35, yes, you can probably still comment. But we're trying to just make this so that the people our age and the people that really need help in this day and age, when maybe you're not very engaging in real life, maybe you do need that older brother. Maybe you need somebody besides your family member, besides your friend, to kind of give you that advice. So we have the community, and we have expert opinions on the What's the Play forum, and it's forum.whatstheplay.net. Again, it's forum.whatstheplay.net. Please go there. Please share your opinions on any kind of subject having to do with your social life. The social life meaning what goes on in your life. I'm not going to help you change a tire, okay? Sorry, because the amount of advice and amount of opinion and whatnot that can be generated through that would be unsurmountable. But I want to make sure that everybody out there knows that we're the place to come to. Say the guy, the shooter guy, say he didn't, maybe he was feeling a little bad that day. Maybe he had the form. I'm not going to say that we would stop him. I don't want to go out on a limb like that. But I want to make sure that everybody knows that maybe some people just need some help. And maybe you don't think you need help. I don't think I need help. Do you think you need help?
I normally find out that I should have got help, and then I do it myself,
Right.
and then I find out,
Whoa.
ooh, that was probably not the best thing.
See?
It's hard to ask for help.
It
but
is.
We're trying to, I figure, what I see is trying to make it easier,
Absolutely. You're not being a pussy. You're not being somebody that's looking out for I need advice. I'm too cool for that. It doesn't matter. We all do. We all need to share our opinions. Maybe you had an opinion in that particular situation. You see somebody in the community that has a social problem, and that they need help with, that you've been in there, you know what I mean? And you know, you and me and Pokey John, we've all, and Day Space Dream and everybody under the, and Aunt Jackson, every one of us, we've been tough guys, and we didn't want to share something, and all of a sudden we do share, we're like, oh shit, you've been there before, huh? You know, and this is, you have the ability to be anonymous, you have the ability to be if you want everybody to know who you are, and if you want to, and we reward you through a reward system, and it's so fantastic. Just go to forum.whatstheplay.net. Again, that's forum.whatstheplay.net, and I'm telling you, it's kind of taking Yahoo Answers. You don't have to sift through Yahoo Answers. You don't have to go through Reddit. It's all right there, 17 to 34, the only demographic that really matters.
Yeah, for that.
Okay.
For us, yes.
For us, yes. I'm just kidding. No, but to all our older listeners, just kidding. You guys can come in too. But we love you so much, and I just want to, we really truly, as much all the hype that we have here, we really truly want to help you guys, and in fact help us, because everything we've learned so much from yourselves too on this journey, and we're all just human beings, and we all just want to make things happen. So Shane's gonna be out there asking you questions though.
Yes, I will be asking all of you questions, whether you like it or not. I'll ask you. You're not gonna answer, but I will keep asking. I will find out one way or another.
So I hope that answers the question, Brett. That is what's the play. What's the play in any situation? So there you go.
All right. We have the next question.
Okay.
Is this is the letter we got actually, and it was kind of weird because I'm not really sure how they heard the What's the Play or the Who Cares podcast. I'm not really sure how they got in there, but
Okay.
I guess they have phones.
I guess you could have.
So this is gonna surprise you. We got suspect from Wasco. Now I assume it's the town,
Oh my god.
but it could be
No way.
CDC. Who knows?
That's why we got a letter from that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's weird. That's why I put it on here because I thought that was.
I mean, that's cool. To everybody who listens to us in Locked Up, man.
How are
know,
you listening to us? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, no shit.
But good job.
No, that's amazing because we're all one little fuck up away from
Yep.
being there. So no judgment here, man.
Well, his name is Suspect, so you probably was a little bit closer than one mess up.
Okay,
You
yeah,
probably
well,
already did it. But he says in episode 17, you guys laid out what life is like on the inside, and I just wanted to thank you and for keeping it real. Much respect.
Wow.
And he really didn't ask a question though, which is kind of the point of this whole thing. But I appreciate it. I thought it was interesting.
I'm glad you found that. Yeah, much love, Suspect in Wasco. And man, when you get out, if you're not too crazy, and we can trust you, you got a job here. Let's play.
Hell yeah. And then the next one is Jill from Vallejo, California.
I'm out of California.
Yeah. Well, that's where we're based out,
That's
so
true,
it makes
that's
sense, you know.
That's true.
It's a little far up there. It says, I watch Twitch TV
Mm-hmm.
/ Watch to Play Games,
Mhm.
and I really enjoy Pokemon John's Adventures and Day Space Stream's live Overwatch and Fortnite feed. But I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is John's hair real?
No, you know what's crazy about that?
Is it real?
And well, I don't want to say anything, but he did mention it to me. He wouldn't care about it. Pokey John does not give a fuck. And as you can see probably from his live streams on twitch.tv / What's the Play Games, he's by far the greatest Pokemon player that the world's ever seen. But, and he has a big afro, yes he does. But he always wanted one, and the weird thing about that is he used to have straight hair.
Straight?
Yeah, straight, like your hair. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if I really don't know. But Pokey John beats to a different drum, and and that's why we wanted him a part of What's the Play. And he actually got hair implants.
He just get a perm? He got hair implants?
No, he actually took out his regular hair and implemented the. I mean, you can test out your.
I believe it. Maybe that's.
You know him.
I met him. I've hung out with him. I've known him for a long time, and
I mean, I can't make that shit up.
and I do believe it. I do remember him having straight hair when I first met him.
No shit.
Yeah.
You've known him longer than me, actually.
Well, I first met him. He did have straight hair. And it was at a house party, and he was feeding people dog food. And he was this is a true story, by the way. He was heating up
I
dog food.
heard about that story.
I was like, is this guy making beef stew? So I hung out with him because I was like, oh, he's making beef stew. Like, I might get some. And I saw it said clearly dog food. And I was like, dude, you're making dog food? He was like, yeah, I know. And then he proceeded to heat it up, spice it. He put seasoning and stuff. He did he did put some serious work into it. Maybe 15
so
minutes.
you're watching this guy do dog food.
I'm just staring at him like, what is this guy doing? I thought he was gonna eat it. And then he decides to feed it to people. So if he brings you food, don't eat it.
But if he does fantastic streaming like he's been doing on twitch.tv/what'splay games, make sure you see that for all to find out how to get them shinies, find out how to, you know what? I heard too that his girlfriend left him and he's also using that as a platform to find his girlfriend. And there's some nefarious people that have been leaving some clues. So he's also on the lookout. I mean, it's kind of wild. I mean, there's nobody on Twitch, absolutely no one on Twitch going out there, going on raids and trying to go after switches. I don't know whatever it's called. I'm not the best pokey. I lost all my balls.
Shinies, and they go to the raids. And they,
yeah, I know, but I lost all my balls, and I'm trying to find. He tells me, but he's so far in advance and so good. And if you need help with it, you can follow him. You can follow him on Twitter at What's Play app, or you can also follow him as well at PokeJohn, I believe, on Twitter. So either way, you'll find him. And just go to twitch.tv/whatsplaygames and you'll find out who this character is with his fucking fake ass implant haircut.
And if you find his girlfriend,
that's crazy, right?
If you find his girlfriend, please let him know.
Yeah, because he's been really. Well, I don't know if he's been that sad.
Not really. I think he's been a little more happy actually.
Yeah, it might be a reason to go out on raids.
Yeah, he seems a little more jolly, but he's still looking for her though.
Well, you know who else has been looking for him? A lot of other people that have been messaging me.
They're looking for her?
Yes, mostly girls, but there's been a couple stragglers.
Yeah, where is she?
They don't care.
They don't care where she is?
No, a couple of these girls they want to put their hands to that hair.
Well, he's a good-looking dude, and he did a lot of work to get it. So
that's true. He did do a lot of work to get it.
You know, that was commitment. You know, most people don't have that kind of commitment.
You know what? Maybe that's what the girls are looking at. Commitment.
He has commitment. Look at his hair. That's commitment.
Oh man. All right. So let's see. What other questions?
Well, we got Connor from El Paso, Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the only person I've read from Texas. So apparently Texas, we have a very small following.
Wow.
That's
weird, yeah, go ahead.
But it's alright. No, apparently not though. He says, I just wanted to say, me and my friends, maybe his friends will live in Texas because they don't write us. We're waiting for your emails. Alright. Just want to say, me and my friends love the Who Cares podcast. Okay?
What's not to love?
Yeah, right. I'm a true fan. I remember all the way back to Live with Ann Jackson. I'm surprised anyone really knows about that, actually, to tell you the truth, because that was a long time ago, right? Like a year or two?
A couple years ago. That was when we were just testing the waters. That's when, going back to the Leilu situation, yeah, she was actually, it was a vehicle for her to be launched on there, yeah. And actually, there was a lot of people, if we would have continued with Live with Ann Jackson.
I think it was like one of the first live shows anyone ever actually did.
Absolutely,
it was amazing.
Yeah, nobody knew about that button.
But yeah, he says he's heard rumors about a possible return. Have you guys heard anything about that at all?
Get out of here.
That's what he said. I bet he's probably just.
What is he tapping on phones?
He might be.
No, that's funny you say that because in 2 weeks we're going to be revisiting. Well, that's what Mr. Ann Jackson says, but that's what he says. So we got to take him by his word. You know, Mr. Ann Jackson.
Probably the most solid individual you'll ever meet in your whole life.
And by solid, we mean not solid.
Not solid.
Solid's solid.
He's solid. He's solid.
But I just want to differentiate because it's spelled the same.
And he's Ant. He's Ant.
They're both solid.
They're both solid.
But no, for real, that's weird. That's kind of a creeper though. No offense, Connor.
Put it on there. He's kind of on our watch list. Like.
Yeah, and also that's a white name from El Paso, Texas. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, Connor's pretty white.
That's pretty white. I don't know how many of those Connors are there, but to everybody out there, definitely next in 2 weeks. Let's see, today's Friday. Yeah, so not next week. The following week, I've heard some rumors that Live with Ann Jackson will be back here on What's the Play on YouTube. Everybody out there watching, maybe he's gonna give out another one of these, or maybe he's gonna give out something totally different. Maybe he's gonna give out tickets to the Chai.
Maybe it's a reunion show.
Maybe a reunion show. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great. I mean, you guys, if you missed it before, you guys really missed. Like, it was like what do you call it? Like a variety show.
Oh, it was.
But it was amazing. It was just like pure raw talent.
Yeah, he had a superstar Ibert Nascimento, soccer star.
Yeah, all the way from Brazil. He's pretty good. He plays local soccer teams, but he's actually pretty good. You know, just
And Jackson put down a lot of vodka during those shows.
And Jackson put down a lot of vodka and still stand up straighter than any other dude.
That's right.
Solid.
Solid. Well, yeah, we'll just tell them be on the lookout in 2 weeks and check out on our YouTube channel and also on every other kind of, not Twitch because that's definitely geared to What's Play games right now.
Yes. We might have to
So
get
you can check out Pokechan.
restraining order against Colin. It's okay.
Okay, Connor might have to.
You might have to stay at least 1,000 feet from us.
Yes.
But,
well, he's in El Paso. We just have to tell a couple people across the border, hey.
Yeah. Just if you come to California, you know, please stay away from us.
Yeah.
It's
Take
weird.
down the borders and then maybe across a little further.
Yeah. Just don't come to Orange County. We got another one from Phil.
Phil.
Phil from
A lot of dudes listen to us.
Yeah, a lot of dudes, but you know, there's a lot of dudes. Phil from the People's Temple.
Oh no.
Which I didn't know actually was still going on,
Fuck
but
is this
apparently Phil, this is why I put on there, it's an interesting one. Phil from the
That's-
People's Temple.
I'm starting
And
to
these are
listen.
real emails we got. These are no jokes. I'm not making this up. Phil.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean,
What the fuck?
I'm a pretty honest guy, you know, I would never make this stuff
I
up.
know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't.
But okay, Phil from the People's Temple says, "Hello, I enjoyed episode 20, the Halloween episode.
The People's Temple.
Yes, of the Who Cares podcast, and I just want to know if you could possibly get a hold of our beloved Reverend Jim Jones. He says our refreshments just aren't the same without him.
Get the fuck out of here. This whole, I don't know, man. You have me on all these. I mean, I know we get a lot of letters, but it seems like there's so.
We might have to do a little
Not
bit of
letters,
research
emails,
into
whatever
these
the fuck
people,
they're
you know?
Yeah, some Twitter people hitting us up on Twitter and blah 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 blah, and through Instagram, through the gram, and all that. This one sounds a little weird because you do bear a striking resemblance to the gentleman that was in our Halloween episode.
You mean Jim Jones?
Yeah, I do mean Jim Jones, and we did raise him from the dead.
Right, well, I'm obviously not dead.
No, I know you're not, but what I'm saying is that we did raise this man, Jim Jones, and I don't know. I didn't even know the People's Temple was still a thing, or.
Apparently it is. I mean, there's Phil from the People's Temple. I mean, Phil's...
He wants to fill the void that Jim Jones left, is what he wants to do.
Ooh, that could be it.
Oh,
He
shit.
definitely doesn't want to fill the Kool-Aid.
Ah.
Mm,
Well,
well, maybe he does, because obviously his refreshments aren't the same without him, so maybe he doesn't know the secret ingredients.
maybe he does. What are the secret ingredients, you know?
I believe it's poison. You know, that would probably be what it was.
Well, Phil, thanks a lot. We hope we fulfilled your night by reading this letter. Shit.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get some real?
Yeah, Phil, please stay away as well. We have Melissa,
Oh, finally a female.
yes, from Pensacola, Florida.
Mm.
Yep.
I like Florida.
And she talks kind of, it's a little southern, it's kind of weird. She says, y'all probably don't get bullied, but we all see other people get bullied in some way, shape, or form. What would you do if you seen someone getting bullied?
First of all, I want to apologize to everybody in Florida for Mr. Shane Smith's rendition of people from Pensacola. Melissa,
She might
I'm
be
sure
she's not from there, but she lives there.
she's a beautiful woman. I'm sure she is. All I would suggest to her is please go to forum.whatstoplay.net. I talked about this earlier, and it's for everybody's. It's for everybody to sound off anything that's going on in your social life. Whether your man did you wrong.
Yeah.
What do you think your man did it wrong?
Maybe her man's bullying her.
Right.
If your man's bullying you,
Yeah. What would you? What do you want me to give the advice? Or I mean, who knows? My advice might not be the one. And that's what's so great about forum.whatstoplay.net. It doesn't have to be just mine. It could be yours.
yeah, you get pick and choose the advice you like, and maybe find people who have similar views as you.
We do have a couple PhD people on there.
Yeah.
Real people.
Yeah, the experts are probably a little better than my
Yeah,
opinion.
I don't know about the street smart stuff.
My street smarts would tell me to, well, if a man's being mean to you,
Yeah.
bullying you,
What do you
probably not your man.
Why? Why you say
Because
that?
if it's your man, why isn't he loving on you? He shouldn't be bullying you. That ain't a relationship.
It should be just kissy.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
There's a difference between a healthy relationship
Mhm.
when you're bullying someone, that's not healthy. You don't bully people you love. That you bully people because you're like, your parents beat you as a kid and you don't get no food, so you gotta beat up the little kids so you get the lunch money so you can eat or something.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I don't know what bullies do. I don't know why bullies do it. Bullies
I don't know
are weird.
either. I don't know, maybe because they were very good
Yeah, you're ugly, so you bully.
looking. Or maybe not. Because usually when you see and you see the movies and you see the kids that bully, they usually, no offense against, I know there's a charity that you want to give love to a little bit, but no offense against people who like have a larger outlook in life. They like to eat a lot. But usually bullies, I feel like they're usually like bigger people.
You think so?
I don't know. I might, you know what, honestly, I take that back because I might have been a little bully to a couple people in my life.
I never had any bullies in my school.
I got choked out because of it, I think.
You think you got choked out for being a bully?
Yeah, one kid just had enough, and he fucking
Snapped?
like Bart. I was like Bart Simpson getting choked out by Homer. And I was like, ah,
Was he a fat kid?
no, he was a tall Mexican kid.
We shouldn't bully kids who are bigger than you.
He
That's
was
for-
bigger than me.
that's
I
for-
thought I was the biggest kid, and then he I found out differently.
I guess we should give advice for
Big
those
shout out to
bullies.
Luis for humbling me.
Yeah. Shout out for the bullies, because I kind of feel bad for bullies, to tell you the truth. In this, like, I know, like, when, you know,
Yeah.
everyone's like, these kids get bullied by kids, but if you think about it, the bullies are the ones who are really have the
They're
problem.
hurting. They're hurting.
Yeah, because they're lashing
They're
out.
lashing out on something. Yeah.
They really have real problems. So if you're getting bullied, just be happy you're not the bully, because your life's probably a lot better than the bully's life.
Absolutely. He probably goes home, gets beat by his parents or
He's
by the,
probably-
by the other bullies.
Yeah, he's miserable. He gets his
The
fun
sheep.
by picking on you
That's right.
while you're just going about your business.
And I understand when you're younger and stuff, maybe it's tougher to stand up. You know, maybe it's tougher to like, man, look them in the eye and say, you know what, bully, I'm not gonna take it anymore. I'm not gonna take it. But you know what? If you just look them in the eye, and say, fuck you.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, I don't know. I'm not gonna give that advice right now, but actually I am. But if you just look him in the eye and say, fuck you, motherfucker,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Or just say
And, then,
no.
and if he hits you, so what? You know what? You know what's worse? Every day being hurt and being hit on the inside, rather than just getting that punch. And if you got that punch, so what? The bully probably won't bully you anymore because he already hit you. You know, he's not gonna go back and hit you again. I mean, maybe he will, but I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean,
I think if you stand up for yourself and you throw a couple punches, or if you stand up for yourself enough, you might get the respect.
yeah, you just gotta be assertive.
Yeah, and not only that, people around you are gonna be like, oh man, what are you doing, bully?
And nobody likes a bully. You're just
Nobody
making
does.
yourself an outcast. And people may laugh, but they're really just uncomfortable and it's just awkward and
That's
weird.
right. That's right. That's good. You should be. You are great at it.
It's true though. If people, it's just awkward and weird. Like, you see someone bullying, like, the only reason we don't get involved is we live in a society where people don't want to get involved because it's none of our business.
Right.
So, like, if I see adults,
Yeah, I don't mess around with like domestic violence shit.
I don't mess around because it's like, I don't know what that person did. And
I don't know.
you really don't know. Context is
And
everything.
you know, yeah, you don't know. That girl might turn on you in a second.
It might not be a girl. It could be a girl bullying a guy.
Could be a binary, non-binary.
You never know nowadays. You gotta be
Well,
careful.
whatever. We're gonna handle all those issues on forum.whatsplayed.net. So, do we have any more of these fantabulous questions? And are you gonna imitate each one of them?
No, I could imitate them all, but I'm not going to. But that's all. I only put one page together of these because honestly,
We're going over time.
it was going over time, and there's some weird stuff. So this is the more normal stuff I found.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's hear it. Oh, you still have more?
That's it. That's it for that.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
That's it.
Well, man, we've been here being shot by a special person, a special cameraman, who you can find with his implants.
He's the man.
Yeah, he has implants.
And he wasn't going bald. He doesn't have male pattern baldness, so you don't have to
No.
worry about breeding
No,
with
he
him.
just decided to do it.
Your kids will not become bald later on in life. There's no risk of that.
It's weird because sometimes he does produce our show, but now I can't. I don't even know where the hell to go. So now we have our other cameraman here hitting us with different views on. We can say hi out there to Instagram.
Hello, Instagram.
And we can say hi to, thank God. So one last thing to everybody out there on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us for the first time. And so in saying that, we welcome you. Just go ahead and message us on YouTube, or make sure you hit that subscribe button, and this will be yours in the mail, shipping on us. That's how much we thank you. So it's what is it called?
It's called an amphibious stunt car, and it goes in water, sand, snow, grass, gravel,
Wow. Pretty much everywhere.
Anything except for it doesn't go in the air.
How about John's hair? Does it go through that?
Yes.
Yeah, it goes through that.
You probably
You know this motherfucker's bad.
Yep.
All right, so I just want to say thank you so much, Shane. The world has been waiting to find you.
Yes.
And we're happy. What?
Can I give a shout out to my favorite charity out there?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes, you can.
I like to take this moment because I haven't had very many opportunities to thank people for the fine work they've been doing. It's the obesity awareness program, and it's a great program. They're just raising awareness about obesity, which is a huge problem.
I know, and you've been making inroads trying to get that nonprofit off the ground.
Right. It hasn't really gone off the ground yet. It's my own thing, but it will be awesome.
Well, thank you for using our platform to promote whatever the fuck you're talking about. Thank you very much. But but everybody look out for Mr. Shane Smith. He's going to be live and direct at your colleges,
In your neighborhoods,
in the neighborhoods.
at your malls. Basically, anytime you go
Your
outside,
virtual
I
mall.
could be there.
With a microphone. But no, in all fairness, this is really, truly, we want to thank you for listening to us and for joining us, because we're not doing this for nefarious reasons. We're not doing this for bad intentions. We're trying to help the world. We're trying to take social media with all this. Every time this week, I think I've heard all these commenters and everything with all the political rhetoric, and why can't we just be nice to each other? Well, you know why nobody's nice to each other? Because they're using all these social platforms just to tear people down, and we are the absolute opposite than that. We want to build everybody up. We want to make sure that everyone has the tools to navigate through life, because every day is a struggle. Every day is, even if you're the richest, even if you're the poorest, that's their own version of life. And some person's going through, you might not be going through. They might be going through, you might not. And you never know. And your words of encouragement or your words of advice just might help somebody at forum.whatstheplay.net. I want to say thank you so much, Shane.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here and helping us out. And I want to say thank you to Pokejohn. And I want to say a big shout out. You can follow Pokejohn. You can also follow Dayspace Dream, as well as he streams live on Fortnite. He streams live Fortnite and Overwatch on twitch.what's2play.games. And again, one more time, it's twitch.tv/what's2playgames. You can follow Dayspace Dream and Pokejohn. Pokejohn's out and about. He's getting his shinies, and he's just trying to find his girlfriend. Do you know where she's at?
I don't know, but I do know that if you ask either one of them for any help or advice or anything with the games, they will gladly take time out of their day to help you out or
Absolutely.
show you something, and they will gladly do it, and they would love to, because that's what we all do this for. It's all
That's right.
for you guys. That's what it's all really about.
100%. And that I'm so glad he hit on that on that subject, because they've also told you within their videos that they would do that, and just reach out to them because maybe they know a little pathway here, maybe a pathway there. So everything we do is to help our people that want help, and in turn you guys help us, because what the fuck do any of us know? But we do know that we want to help you, and we got a little experience, and maybe we've been there, and so just thank you again, and thank you to everybody that wrote in, especially Mr. Suspect from Wasco, because he really wrote in, and we thank you so much. So again, forum.whatsplay.net, we'll be seeing you, and that's the play.